for better management of irrigation schemes, including the Kimiro Luch irrigation scheme. Initiate solar-powered irrigation projects and develop modern irrigation infrastructure. On electricity supply, I am happy to report, Honorable Speaker, that we entered into a memorandum of understanding with the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, REREC, aimed at maximizing the last mile connectivity of electricity to all our health facilities across the county, and as many market centers as possible through a matching fund facility. And in partnership with our MCAs and with elected members of the National Assembly to all learning institutions. Through this initiative, many more of our residents of Homa Bay County will have access to electricity. To enable a business, we have put up solar lights in markets across all the 8 sub-counties. With REREC, we have agreed that in the new month, we are going to be hitting the ground with REREC to power our facilities as provided by the honorable members. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, agriculture remains the backbone of our economy. With our agriculture department led by my very able Deputy Governor, Honorable Yugi Magwanga, we have profiled our top 3 key value chains as cotton, fish, and edible oils, that is sunflower, oil palm, groundnut, soya. But we have not ignored the other value chains of maize, millet, sweet potatoes, pineapples, and sugarcane to position ourselves as an agricultural production county. This year, we procured 183 tons of seed, worth 38 million, comprising of 166 tons of maize and 116 tons of sorghum, which we distributed to our local farmers. We acquired 4 new tractors for use by the government and another 6 for our cooperative societies through the National Agriculture and Rural Inclusive Growth Project, NARIC. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, agricultural transformation is real. Just last week, while leading the sunflower seed distribution exercise in Yauka Ditonge, Warado in central Kasipul sub-county, my deputy and I met a group of youth aged between 16 and 23. 3 of them actually students in high school and university, who have a very interesting story of their journey of transformation. They are engaged in beekeeping, from which they make almost 50,000 per harvest of honey, and have now fully adapted sunflower farming as a source of nectar for the bees. And over and above the money they make from the honey, they also make money from pressed sunflower oil. They have a vision. They have seen our objective as a government, and they have joined our mission towards a transformed society. I urge other youth across the county to visit Julius and his peers at Yauka Ditonge and learn more from them on what agriculture can do. In creating opportunities for our people through agribusiness engagements, we have undertaken construction of several facilities in the county as a way of improving production and market access. This include 4 dairy milk aggregation and value addition factories in Homa Bay Town, Diwa, Rangwe, and Kasipul. Animal feeds processing factory at Wangchieng, banana aggregation and value addition plants in Miriu, 1 earth dam of 45,000 cubic meters capacity in North Karachuonyo, 96 ponds and pond liners, and supported 96 solar water pumps. We successfully undertook sensitization and mobilization for farmer registration for our flagship value chains. This has resulted in registration of 30,000 farmers under sunflower, 20,567 farmers under oil palm, 35,000 farmers targeting 40,000 acres under cotton. Through the NAV CDP, we registered countywide 245,000 farming households, becoming the 5th largest the county to register, the 5th number 5 county to register the largest number of farmers in the country. In partnership with the EU-funded KSIP CRAL program, 3,000 of our farms will redeem farm inputs through an e-voucher system, while another 3,000 will benefit from capacity building, targeting maize, sorghum, beans, and sweet potato value chains. Mr. Speaker, we have registered 20,000 farmer circles in 20 wards and supported them with digitization and automation. Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to improve our governance structures, the Department of Governance, Administration, Communication, and Devolution is created and domiciled in my executive office. As an initiative of the department, we have completed training and pass out of 250 enforcement officers, some of whom you saw out there as we were coming in to this assembly. An exercise undertaken in collaboration with the Kenya Forest Service, Forest Law Enforcement School in Londiani. Through a partnership with Uraia Trust and Integrated Development Facility Kenya, we are in the final stages of formulating a citizen service charter that will outline the rights and responsibilities of various stakeholders with clear commitment to service quality and standards. To address the concerns and complaints and grievances of our citizens, we have a grievance redress mechanism to offer redress, feedback, and receive public complaints here at our county headquarters. Allow me to appreciate the communication department for keeping the citizens informed of our programs. I urge honorable members to read the Genoa Echo every month, which summarizes our work during that specific month. We are activating the utilization of the GIS to help with data analysis and display the geographical reference system to further enhance governance and collect accurate data on our planning and our development programs. We are adopting evidence-based decision making. The County Emergency and Disaster Management Act 2020 has enabled us galvanize the interagency humanitarian players in development of the county interagency contingency plan, the county drought contingency plan, and the draft county emergency risk and management plan. We now have a multi-agency response to our disasters, which my CEC for governance does together with the county commissioner, and that has worked for us in salvaging our people in times of disaster. Mr. Speaker, as proud beneficiaries of the largest front of Lake Victoria in Kenya, with our Blue Economy Department, we have embarked on a transformative utilization of the unique resource that we have within the lake region here. We created the Homa Bay Lakefront Development Corporation to maximize this massive resource. In partnership with the Kenya Ports Authority and the Kenya Shipyard Limited, we have embarked on improvement of the lakefront promenade, construction of the Homa Bay Pier and the Kindu Bay Pier, and the beautification of the lakefront and lakefront conservation. Working with Victory Farms, we have been able to stock various dams with 250,000 fingerlings distributed in Rangwe, Fokosiga, and Randung dams, Suba South, Kibwer, Gwendo, and Yongo dams, Suba North, Oseno, Tueta, Kamato, and Nyasangra dams, Rachuonyo East, Gero, Ondokisa dams, Ndiwa, Komboayo, Onyango Rabur dams, and Homa Bay Town, Swao Dam, Rachuonyo North, Kowur Dam, Rachuonyo South, Paporage, Orimba, Ayueche dams. In the blue economy, security of the lake remains a major challenge, being addressed in partnership with the national government. Security is important for our fishermen, and we would like to urge them to employ safe and modern fishing practices, abandoning their bunglu fishing, which is dangerous and has led to the death of several of our fishermen. We also call strongly on the national government to speak with our neighboring countries that have continuously endangered the lives and property and the fish of our farmers. We continue to support our BMU with fish banders and beach access roads and toilets. We are working hard to revitalize the mining sector to ensure minerals discovered within our territory make economic sense for our citizens. To this end, the department is developing a sand harvesting, conservation, and mining policy that will help in addressing our socioeconomic issues like exploitation by sand dealers, degradation of our farmlands, destruction of roads, power lines, and water pipes, rehabilitation of use sites, sharing of revenue, and ensuring decency for deceased family members by ensuring graves are not exposed during excavation. Mr. Speaker, sir, the future of our county depends on human capital development. With our Education and Human Capital Department, we have invested heavily on education to spur the necessary momentum for growth. My government released $271 million to various bursary and scholarship programs, targeting brilliant but needy learners within society in all the 40 wards in our county. Under the program, some 32,000 students benefited from $247 million disbursed to support bursary and scholarships. An additional $24 million was further allocated to support 600 students in vocational training colleges in collaboration with KCB Foundation to Jiajiri Scholarship. And this is the Genoa Fundi Mangula Scholarship. Our early childhood learning program is on course. We recently put on permanent and pensionable 1,087 of our eye teachers. The journey to the construction of decent classrooms for these early learners is progressing well. We have done at least a classroom, half of which are complete, half not yet, and we are planning on doing another 4 classes per ward within this financial year. This will continue every year until such a time that all our children will be able to learn in a dignified environment. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, please visit the Eye Center at Gina Primary School in South Kabuoch, a good eye classroom for young children, ushering them into the education system. We went, we saw, and we built it. We will stop at nothing to deliver our children our future. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the Youth, Sports, Gender and Social Service Department, we commissioned the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay. And Honorable Speaker, as you heard during the investment conference, Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay will be hosting the Mashujaa Day of the year 2025. We did well in sports with good results in the KISA. We are the champions of the Talanta Hela competition. On 17th of May, we will be joining the European Day Soccer Tournament with 4 counties, and we are sure that our young men will come back with the European Day Soccer Tournament trophy that will be held at Ulinzi on 17th of May. Honorable members, please, to travel and cheer our own Kobala from Wangchieng Ward and Oriwo Boys from Kibiri, who will be representing us at Ulinzi on that day. To bolster our fight against a triple threat of teenage pregnancies, HIV, and GBV, we held a beautiful Siganinam event graced by Minpin, Mama Ida, and the women leaders across this county. We have also held the Governor's Mentorship Camp last year for girls. This year we have held the inaugural Governor's Mentorship Camp for boys, as the men were always asking, what about the boy child? As a lead up to the investment conference, I hosted my colleague women governors, led by the COG chair, as we prepared to launch the G7 caucus and strategy. The G7 strategy was launched later on, and Mr. Speaker, I will soon bring to the Assembly the Enterprise and Affirmative Action Fund Bill that will anchor the Boda Sector Fund, as well as the Women, Youth, and PWD Empowerment Funds. To our Boda teams across the county, we want to assure you that we are on course to deliver on our promise to support you in your enterprise and make it green and sustainable. Our motto is the SDGs one, leave no one behind. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, building a strong disciplined, incorruptible, and first-class professional public service, led by our County Secretary and Head of Public Service, remains at the core of my agenda to ensure satisfactory delivery of services to our citizens. My administration has embarked on human resource reforms that to achieve the greater productivity in the public service as we tackle the vexing wage bill question. Through the County Public Service Board, we will continue to work together to ensure we streamline our public service. Honorable Speaker, corruption remains a problem that we must fight vigorously. You may have heard the story once told by the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga of a roads minister from an African country who went to visit his Malaysian counterpart. And after they walked through the beautiful roads of Malaysia, they retired in the evening to have dinner. And the Malaysian minister had a beautiful home with beautiful cutlery. And the minister from the African country was wowed and said, "My brother, how did you get all this?" And he took him to the balcony and said, "Do you see those roads there?" And he could see beautiful roads winding with street lights. And they said, "Yes, with those roads, 10% here, here." Next time, the Malaysian minister went to visit his African counterpart. And after they walked through the roads during the day, they retired at night. And the minister had a beautiful home, laden with gold. And the Malaysian minister asked, "My brother, how did you get all this?" And they took him to the balcony, and they were pointing. And there was just bushes upon bushes. "Do you see that road there?" The Malaysian minister couldn't see the road. He could only see bushes. And then he said, "That road, 100% here." Honorable Speaker, we must continue strongly to fight corruption in Homa Bay County and declare Homa Bay a corruption-free county. Mr. Speaker, allow me to appreciate the great work that the County Assembly has done in the past year in the legislative process, as well as review and approval of policies and plans presented by the County Executive. Working with the Office of the County Attorney, the Assembly has achieved the Homa Bay Finance Act, the Homa Bay Appropriation, the Homa Bay County Lakefront Development Act, the Homa Bay County Health Facility Improvement Act, the Homa Bay County Fisheries and Aquaculture Management, Homa Bay County Infrastructure Financing Fund Act, Homa Bay, the supplementary. We have reviewed our education bursary. We are currently looking at the Homa Bay County Sexual and Gender-Based Violence. We have concluded the gender-based violence policy, the Homa Bay County Roads and Transport Policy, the Homa Bay County Water Policy. And Honorable Speaker, in this last quarter and the next financial year, the County Executive will present legislation for consideration, including the finance bill, the appropriation bill, the Homa Bay County Inspectorate Amendment Bill, Access to Information Bill, County Irrigation Bill, Agricultural Sector Coordination Bill, Public Participation Bill, Disaster and Emergency Management Amendment Bill, the Roads and Transport Bill, the Water Bill, the Labor-Based Contracts Policy, which is already with you, and the Homa Bay County Enterprise Development and Affirmative Action Fund Policy. So, Mr. Speaker, it's going to be a busy year. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, as I conclude, I want to reiterate the pillars of my administration of transparency, consultation with the Assembly, and service delivery. My government's main focus remains the efficient provision of services. The county government and the County Assembly are working together kama chanda na pete. Of Homa Bay, proud of their county. All Homa Bayans are walking tall wherever they are. They will walk even taller once we complete our transformation agenda. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we will soon invite you for the groundbreaking ceremony of the county headquarters, the new county headquarters in Arujo, a project whose legal framework and funds you approved this Homa Bay Assembly, the #1 assembly in Kenya, just like Homa Bay County Executive is the #1 executive in Kenya. Honorable Speaker, together we will achieve a lot, and we will, in a big way, positively transform the lives of our people. Together, we have just started, and with God on our side, the sky is the lower limit. Our vision of transformation remains strong until we achieve Homa Bay City and a booming, thriving Riwa City and productive villages and money in the pockets of our people of Homa Bay through transformed agriculture. With the work we will do and the results we will achieve, the happy people of Homa Bay will re-elect us. My hope is that all MCAs will be re-elected alongside the governor and deputy of Homa Bay. God bless Kenya.